game.
Hey, what up, y'all? How y'all doing today? It's me. Yes, the character. Welcome to the second installment of Where the Lines Connect. Before you start, and before I start, I just want to say that everything has a cause and effect. Consequences of actions. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. You know? Alright, we can go ahead and start, y'all. The lies they protect, the lies they project, and I'll show you where the lines connect. What is masculinity? Let's get into it. We're going to learn together. What is masculinity?
Here's the definition of masculinity. Qualities or attributes regarded as characteristic of men.
Okay. So, this is the Google definition of masculinity. So, Google wants to let you know that masculinity is a man trait. It's a man thing. Let's ask another question. Is the masculinity trait only in men?
According to ScienceDirect.com, masculinity is a form of gender, variously defined as an identity, a social role, and a form of power, and is typically, though not exclusively, associated with men.
So, what they're saying is bullshit to that definition. Everything is written by man. Can we start there? Thank you. Let's start there. Everything before a certain time. Everything before a certain time was written by men. It's even called his story. His story. His story. Why do you think he would tell the story any differently? Why do you think he wouldn't make him look good? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that masculinity is fake, because we know it's real. It's a real word that someone created and made up to define ambition. Because I feel like when people get mad at a woman for having masculinity traits, so wait, ambition is masculine? I didn't know that. Let's see. Is ambition a masculine trait?
According to andrews.edu, masculinity is seen to be the trait which emphasizes ambition, acquisition of wealth, and differentiated gender roles.
Femininity is seen to be the trait which stress caring and nurturing behaviors, sexuality, equality, environmental awareness, and more fluid gender roles. All this is just sounding like a bunch of mumbo jumbo that somebody made up to confuse people, to separate us from just being who we are. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like a bunch of mumbo jumbo somebody made up to confuse us. That's so funny. So ambition is a male trait. Isn't that funny? No? Is that only funny to me? So if a woman wants to be more than what she was allowed or told to be or told she could be, she's acting like a man. Oh my goodness. And let's go into the mad black woman. Because why is she mad? So is she not mad because statistically speaking, she probably didn't grow up with a male figure around? No one to help her through life, through the male's eyes? We say we need both sexes, and then the system has you set up where you don't have both sexes. Let's break that down. All black men who are absent are not absent because they chose to be absent. Some are absent because they chose. Some are absent because they're pushed away. Some are taken away by death. And some are taken away by the system. And some people are just too ignorant to realize that the system purposely was separating the black community. When poor black people couldn't afford to live anywhere, and they created government assistance, a lot of black men did not like the government assistance. You know why? Government assistance felt like it replaced what? Their manhood. Whatever that's supposed to be. This man thing. It replaced their manhood, right? Because for some odd reason, we've been taught that a man has to show up a certain way. And if the government is taking care of me, then what are you doing? Because she has also been brainwashed. Which means if you're not showing love and affection, if you're not showing love and affection, she probably did kick you out the house. You weren't taught to show love and affection. You were taught to show up with your paycheck. Let's get into that. You were taught to show up with a paycheck. So you think your paycheck is good enough to get the job done, until the government made it too difficult for you to take care of her by herself. So the government offered more money. Not only did the government offer more money to her through the government assistance, but the government said she can only get this money if you're not around. Break that down, rewind. Did you really hear what I said, guys? She's only allowed to get that money if you're not around. Oh, then why won't you just say he not there, but he really there? They used to physically go to the house, and if they seen male shoes in the house, because there's, men's shoes. I guess women can't wear, a big foot woman can't have man shoes in the house. Because if she got his shoes, they gonna say it's a man in the house. And they'll take her government assistance away. And now she can't take care of her family. There's always been a divide, and it's never been directly between us. When I say us, I mean the identifying black male and the identifying... Let me say that again. My bad. The identifying black man and the identifying black woman. This divide has never been created by us. It's always been created by them. But for some odd reason, the divide has started to become the ones that think this way and the ones that think that way. that divide also didn't come from us. It came from them treating certain types of us differently if we did certain types of things. Example, why is Uncle Tom called Uncle Tom? Because Uncle Tom decided to go along with what's going on. Hey, we slaves, they the boss, play your role. They got treated better. That made us hate them. That made the other side of us hate the other side. Like I said, this divide is so deep. When people say slavery was such a long time ago, to who? See, people forget the domino effect of slavery. If slavery was so long ago, then why does the policeman still patrol black neighborhoods like he's the, what's that called? The overseer. If you don't know what an overseer is, you go Google it. The point is, and when the overseer lost his job because slavery ended, prisons got created. Pay attention to history, guys. When slavery ended, the amendment of prisons was created. Same thing. You read it, you'll see what I'm talking about. I've read it before. So like I said, you say it's so long ago. How long ago is it? If I go back 3 generations of family, doesn't matter whose family. Somebody's family, because we all connected in blood some way or another. My brother, what they say, all kinfolk. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. That's true. But they might be related to your black ass, so that's the only other problem. But back on topic. Yeah. Let's go ahead and put that out for a second. But yeah, so like I was saying, the domino effect of the mad black woman and the angry black man. That is centuries of hurt. Continuous hurt. When slavery ended, it did not end. Legally, it did not end. There were states that were still doing and practicing slave trade, even though the North had won. Same way how when they legalize something in your state and it takes maybe some months, but some places maybe it take a couple of years before they get it in. So let's just say when slavery ended, some of these states waited years, and I'm talking about at least 10 more years before they stopped. And you have to think about when slavery stopped, that meant somebody who was getting paid off of free labor had to start working. And then those people didn't like that. And they were mad at the people who used to work for them. That's decades of hate that has been taught and taught. You know when black people say, don't act like that in front of white folks? That's decades of and centuries of being taught, put your head down, don't look at massa. That's what that is. That's what that is. That ain't cool. That's all I know. I don't feel like you should give a damn about what they think. They don't give a damn about what you think of them. They've hung pregnant women and cut babies out of their stomach. Google them. There's pictures if they haven't deleted them off the web. If not, go to the dark web. You'll find it. Go read a fucking book. It's out there. They've cut the penises off a black man and hung the black man and put the penis in their mouth. Emmett Till supposedly whistled at a white woman, and they beat him so bad his mama almost didn't recognize him. He was a teenager. I don't even think he was 14, 15 yet, if that. So I'm just saying, this is a long, long history. And it's so funny because that's the reason why the mad black woman exists. She exists because she feels like she's consistently fighting for this pride of blackness that so many others are willing to let go. And then you have the angry black man who I feel like is the same version of her. He just has different hate because if he has a woman and a family to protect, he has to protect her and protect them. Women, on the other hand, we're always in, especially black women, we're always in protective mode. So if you're wondering why she's so angry, why she's so aggressive, why she's so mean, why she don't trust nobody, that's because if she got kidnapped and raped, or kidnapped and killed, or somebody took her and took her organs and dropped her off somewhere, no one would give a damn. But if Amber went missing, we would all have our Amber Alerts on. Even when you have that bitch turned off. Don't give me alerts. They somehow figure out a way to say, oh, you didn't want the alert? My bad. You can turn it back off. What the fuck do you mean? It's been off. So, you just gotta understand that this is not a new thing. This angry black man, this mad black woman. They're not angry and they're not mad. They're just too aware of the danger they face every day, and it's too hard for them to walk around in the la la land that some other peoples are awarded to walk in. Some people are afforded the privilege to walk in la la land, and that's of any race. There's black folks who have never experienced racism. Yes, it's true. It does exist. Or maybe they have. And it's a subtle racism that they've never noticed. Because they aren't trained and taught to see shit that somebody else might be trained and taught to see. Like I said, act right in front of the whites. Act right in front of the whites. It's so crazy. I've seen people do the most dangerous shit over the last 2 years. I've seen people go and invade the Capitol building. We seen a guy go across state lines and go murder 2 people. We seen somebody throat get sat on for 8 minutes. And so many people were so happy, or I don't know, let's not say happy. So many people were so elated, and they couldn't wait to put their hand up and say how traumatizing it was for them to watch Chris Rock get slapped. And I'm like, whoa. Out of all of the things that's happened over the last 2 years, and I haven't heard you speak about anything, this is the most traumatizing thing. And now Will Smith's a mad black man. See how fast they put you in a category that you've never been in because you don't show one reaction they want you to see. And I'm not going into that because I don't give a damn about that. I'm just saying you've been the perfect pickle boy. I don't know what that is. I just made that up. And maybe that is a thing. Google it. But you've been the perfect pickle boy the whole time. You do one little thing. Because you know, you can't hit... Chris Rock is Samuel L. Jackson in Django. And that's funny because Will Smith was supposed to be Django. But, you know, it probably wasn't good for his pickle boy image. He should have did it. That would have been better than the Wild Wild West. But we're not talking about the Wild Wild West. That's not what we're talking about here. I'm going to go ahead and get out of this. I don't got much more to say besides stop labeling people as angry. Unless you want to see the angry come out. And stop labeling people as mad unless you want to see the mad come out. Because you just might get it.
lsdgang, lsdgang.
Like I said, everything has a cause and effect. If you think it's there, it's probably stemming from something. Don't assume it's just there because it's there. Nothing is just there because it's there. Somewhere it creates a split. Like I said, the lies they protect, the lies they project. I'll show you where the lines connect. LSD gang. You already know who it is. It's me. I'm out of here, y'all.
It's your favorite stoner channel.
We'll have another episode. I'm still keeping it like we ain't even got into no shit where I yelled. I'm still at a cool, chill. You know when we get into the shits, cause I'm gonna start cussing. I don't know, maybe I'll stay cool. Who knows? As long as I got my girl right here, we good. I forgot to introduce her today. Shout out to Alicia and say hi. Alright, y'all. We out of here. Gang.